Hello dear students, welcome back to Biovidyalaya. This is your educator Chitra and I hope you all are doing very well. Today in this lecture video we are going to discuss about phloem. Here we are going to discuss about phloem elements and their function. If you are watching this channel for the first time, then please do subscribe this channel. So without further delay, let's get into today's class. Phloem. We already discussed about what is the function of xylem and phloem in our one of the lecture video. So, phloem is the vascular plant tissue responsible for the transport and distribution of sugars produced by the photosynthesis. So, the function of phloem is to transport sugar. Sugar means food around the plant. And this transport process is called translocation. So, function of phloem is translocation of food. And the term phloem was introduced by Carl Nageli in 1858. Here you can see that this blue color one is phloem. Okay. Next we can see phloem elements. That means the cells present in phloem tissue. Phloem consists of four types of cells. Sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So phloem is consist of four types of cells, which are that one, sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So this is sieve element. Here you can see this is companion cell and this is phloem parenchyma and this one is phloem fiber. Okay. Now we can see each of these cells one by one. First we can discuss about sieve elements. So sieve elements are elongated and narrow cells that are connected together to form phloem sieve tube structure. They are the main food conducting elements and are of two types, sieve cells and sieve tube members. So these sieve elements are long and narrow cells. They are connected one by one to form a long tube that is called sieve tube. Here also you can see that this is sieve tube. Here sieve elements are connected one by one. So sieve elements are connected together to form sieve tube structure. And these sieve elements are the main food conducting elements and they are of two types, sieve cells and sieve tube members. Sieve cells are elongated cells. They are having several perforated areas called sieve areas. So, sieve cells are elongated cells. They are elongated cells. They have several perforated areas. Okay, perforation means pores. That is called, that perforated areas are called sieve areas. Okay, and these sieve cells are found in gymnosperms. Okay. Next is sieve tube members. They are elongated tubular channels. Each sieve tube is made up of several cells called sieve tube members. They have many large pores or sieve pit and are known as sieve plates. The areas of pores that help to facilitate the exchange of material between the element cells. Sieve elements take part in the transport of organic food. Each sieve tube is always associated with a companion cell. Okay. So sieve tube is a tubular structure. It is a tubular structure. They are elongated tubular structure. And each sieve tube is made up of several cells. Each sieve tube is made up of several cells, and that cell is known as sieve tube member. Here you can see that this is one sieve tube member and this is another sieve tube member. This is the third sieve tube member. So sieve tube is a elongated tubular structure that is made up of several cells known as sieve tube members, and they involve have large pores, many large pores or sieve plate, and that is known as sieve plate. Here this is the end plate, and here in this end plate you can see many large pores, and that is known as sieve plate. Okay, and this sieve plate are helpful for the transportation of sugar from one sieve tube member to another sieve tube member. Okay, through this pores only sugar, that means the organic food, that is transport from one sieve tube member to another sieve tube member. And each sieve tube member is associated with companion cell. Each sieve tube member is associated with companion cell. These are companion cell. Okay. And this sieve tube member is found in angiosperms. So sieve cells are found in gymnosperm, that means non-flowering vascular plants, while sieve tube members are found in angiosperm, flowering vascular plants. Okay. Next is companion cells. Companion cells are elongated, thin-walled parenchymatous cells which lie on the sides of sieve tubes. They are closely associated with sieve tubes. The companion cells and sieve tube originate from the same mother cell. The companion cells play an important role in the maintenance of pressure gradient in sieve tube. Okay. So, companion cells are parenchymatous cells. They are parenchymatous cells. They are lie on the sides of sieve tube. We already discussed that sieve tube members are associated with companion cell. So, they are closely associated with sieve tubes. And these companion cells and sieve tubes are originated from same mother cells. Okay. And companion cells play important role in the maintenance of pressure gradient in sieve tube. That means that is helpful for load and unload sugars into the cavity of sieve tube. Okay. So you have to remember that the function of companion cell is to load and unload sugar into the cavity of sieve tube. Okay. You have just remembered that companion cell is present in angiosperms and they are associated with sieve tube members, while in gymnosperm, Strasburger cell is present, or albuminous cell. Okay, so in gymnosperm, Strasburger cell or albuminous cell is present, while in angiosperm it is companion cell. Okay. Next is phloem parenchyma. Okay. They are ordinary parenchyma cells. We already discussed that companion cells are parenchymatous cells, but it is specialized companion cells are specialized parenchymatous cells, but this phloem parenchyma, is the ordinary parenchyma cells. Okay, and which are intermingled with sieve elements. That means they are intermixed with sieve elements. Here you can see that this is phloem parenchyma. This one, these are phloem parenchyma. They are intermingled with sieve elements, and a function of this phloem parenchyma is store food and also assist the conduction of food in lateral direction. So what is the function of phloem parenchyma? It is the storage of food and also the lateral conduction of food. Lateral conduction means sideways conduction, sideways transport of food. Okay. Phloem parenchyma is the ordinary parenchyma cells present in phloem. Okay. Next is phloem fibers. They are also called the bast fiber. They are also called the bast fibers. Okay. Phloem fibers are sclerenchymatous fibers. They are sclerenchymatous fibers which occur in phloem. So, phloem fibers are also known as bast fibers and they are sclerenchymatous fibers. And they are providing mechanical strength. They are providing mechanical strength, and the textile fiber of flax, hemp and jute are phloem fibers. Okay. So the textile fibers, the fiber that is used for making textiles, that means cloth like flax, hemp, jute, they are phloem fibers. Okay. So these are the elements of phloem. That means there are 4 types of cells present in the phloem. Okay. So let's do a quick rewind of what we discussed. First we discussed about the function of phloem. What is the function of phloem? Sugar transportation. Sugar transportation is the function of phloem. And phloem tissue consists of 4 types of cells: sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Sieve elements are 2 types: sieve cells and sieve tube members. These sieve cells are present in gymnosperms and sieve tube members are present in angiosperms. In sieve cells, porous areas are present, that is called sieve areas, and in sieve tube members, sieve plate is present. Next is companion cells. Companion cells are present in angiosperms and it is associated with sieve elements, and its function is load and unload sugar into the cavity of sieve tube members. And in the case of gymnosperms, Strasburger cell or albuminous cell is present. Next is phloem parenchyma. This is ordinary parenchyma cells and its function is store food and also helpful for the conduction of food in lateral direction. And the fourth one is phloem fibers. They are also known as bast fibers and they are sclerenchymatous fibers, and they provide mechanical strength for the plant. For example, flex fibers, jute fibers, they are phloem fibers. Okay. So here I am winding up this video. If you like this video and find it helpful, then please give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Your suggestions are very important for me, so please comment your suggestions in the below comment section. Keep learning. Thank you.